Greetings to all of you. I was realizing that as we enter the fall season that I haven't had a chance to talk with you directly about the situation of our parish as we progress on through the pandemic, but I want to today just reach out to you, and we will be sending out this little newsletter. It's just a two-sided sheet that kind of summarizes what I wanted to say, but I thought it's good to say it to you directly on screen. So what we have found certainly is we're trying to keep up all of the time the changes that are happening as the pandemic unfolds. And one of the things that has happened is many people are asking, can I take communion to someone who's homebound? Oftentimes family have a loved one who hasn't been able to get to church or in any way, or some of you just haven't had the chance to receive communion. So we will be, this is explained in this newsletter, that we will be offering a way for someone to come and pick up communion for the homebound, or that if you want to take it home and receive it. We'll have the procedure, and so just call the office and make those arrangements. We have a packet all set up for that. You may be also aware that the faith formation is happening, and we were lucky actually that for the small children, grades 1 to 5, they are meeting in, it's all done in home with the parents, so it was an easy transition this year. But for the older students, grades 6 to 10, they are meeting in small group just as they did last week, but in settings really that are allow social distancing and the protocols that we need for those meetings. So there's just a brief summary of that, but those of you who are involved in that know that it's starting, and we're excited that the children are now entering this formation for the year. So blessings to them. Financially, you may be wondering how we're doing. We were able to somehow make it through the fiscal year, which ended June 30th, and most of those 3 of those months we were not in church, but so many of you have been faithful about sending in your envelopes, and we are so grateful. And actually, as our budget, as you'll see, came in about $2,000 short. So basically we broke even for the year. And one of the lucky things we had was that we received about $30,000 in bequests last year, which really helped us in the end. We are a bit concerned, and we tried on the Finance Council to cut the budget down by 10% for the coming year, realizing that it's going to be, I think, a tough year. So thank you for all that you've given, and we encourage you to stay with us as much as you are able with your contributions. I have been watching the attendance at Mass. We're probably up between 250 and 300 on a weekend now. Normally we would have around 1,000, so we're still small, and it's I think good, because what it points out is that there is still a lot of concern and fear in us, I think in all of us, and I don't encourage you to come back if you don't feel comfortable. Please keep safe. And so we continue to tape every week, so you can watch us online, and it's been a way for many people. I think we have around 350 hits every weekend on our tape, so it's a good way for you to stay connected to us. We will change a bit this starting now. We will open a pew up in church. Instead of being every third pew, it's now going to be every other pew. And this will allow us to really keep your distance even in church, and yet allow us to see it a little bit more in our church services. We will also move the communion back into the Mass, end of Mass, where it normally is, instead of doing communion after the final blessing. So stay with us. Somehow we at St. John's, I think, have known a good connection even through this time. And it's always good if you can stay connected to some of your neighbors or friends by even calling or dropping a note to them. Because in these days there are many people who are alone, and it's a difficult time for them. So we pray continually for all of you and ask your prayers for us. We here at St. John's know that Jesus has stayed so faithful to us over the years, and especially now in this time. So may you know God's peace these days.